Welcome to Insure Smart with Tapan Singhel. Today we'll be talking about the future of insurance in India. The insurance industry has come a long way in the last 2 decades. Transactions have moved online. There are standard policies now that make the lives of first time buyers easier, and the regulator has come up with a string of regulations that are customer friendly. So, what's the way ahead? Today we have with us Tapan Singhel, MD and CEO of Bajaj Allianz General Insurance, who'll answer all those questions and more. Welcome, Mr. Singhel, and this is the last part of Insure Smart, and we are so happy about getting so many informative insights about various topics about insurance. So today we are discussing the future of insurance in India, and the first question that I would like to ask you is what are some of the emerging trends in India right now?
Okay, so first, you want to understand, let's get to economies which are developed and then see the trend there and then look at our country and then see what we are doing differently and how does it go. We have to put all these three things together to get a comprehensive view. So let's say if you look at a developed market, you will find that the PNC business or general insurance business is larger than the life business. If you look at the Indian market, the life business is 3 times the general insurance business. And you would think, why is it so? Because if you look at in economies which are emerging, people's safety net is either a life policy, which has a lot of investment component, or an FD. But as the wealth creation happens, then the mutual funds, and that's why the last time we discussed, they start building up. Other alternate investment starts building up, and people start looking for hardcore insurance solution in terms of what goes wrong. And with the asset creation, insurance starts building up. So in my view, if I look at the general insurance business, it has a very bright future as the country's economy keeps on growing. It's the 5th largest economy, moves to 3rd largest. A lot of asset creation happens, and the general insurance business will keep on moving up. It has grown double digit in the past 20 years. And in the next 20 years also, it will be the fastest growing insurance market in the context, in the global context also. That would happen and become one of the largest insurance markets in the world. That's the first point. Second part would be, if you look at the understanding of providing a social security net to the citizens of the country, you will have a lot of schemes which benefit that. Like you see the farmers crop insurance scheme already there. Though currently we have only 25% farmers being covered. That should move up to 70%. If you look at a market like US, it has over 70-75% farmers which is covered. Even China is also building up for that. You'll have the SME, MSME covers. You see this catastrophic losses happening. This is global warming happening. You see floods happening. So all that solutioning will start coming into. You'll have solutions at the last mile happening, which would also start building up. So the number of lives covered would be like everybody. You will have coverage for assets happening. So solutioning for the industry has to move at a rapid pace in terms of making it friction-free for the customer. Experience has to be very, very good because the customer behavior is changing. If I look at my children, for them everything has to move very, very fast. The decision making, the solutioning, it has to be on a very hyper speed. Insurance industry also should ensure that they're able to provide very friction-free experiences for their customer and very designed at a personal level. With AI, machine learning coming into picture and your dependency on technology moving at a very rapid pace, new risks are emerging. And they're emerging at a very hyper speed. And we were discussing about cyber in the previous episode, how fast that has developed. In terms of, and the old risks are disappearing, like pickpocketing is really going down very hard. So how does the industry keep on innovating to figure out about this new solutioning? So it's very exciting time for the general insurance industry, and personally I still feel like a teenager in the industry. It's so exciting.
Right. So like you were saying, technology is of course it's playing a major role in all the industries, including insurance. And the buzzword that I keep hearing these days is InsurTech. So how do you think that can make a difference in the experiences of the customer?
I've always said this, and let me put this disclaimer so people don't get me wrong. I've been a tech head 27 years back. I've been IT head myself. Tech is a tool. one should not get carried away by the tool. What is it solving is the issue, no? And I tell it to a lot of my people and across forums that with a high level of empathy and figuring out solutions of what has to be solved, which impact the society or the individual or the family or the organization, first that should be very, very clear. And to solve that, you should have enough knowledge about what tools are available. You know, if you don't have, talk to people who have that knowledge, or hire them or keep them with you. Now put that together and then think of a solution. Just by saying that I'm an insurtech or I'm a tech, that to me does not sound impressive. No? If you tell me I'm solving this problem and I'm using whatever machine learning, AI, blockchain, whatever fancy words that you hear today, or using the data lake, I'm putting this together, and because of this, we'll solve this. So let me give you an example that one problem which to me is what I'm talking about now, it's a big impact. Let's say when you had COVID, no? Now it was something which nobody was aware in the world. How do you treat it? So you had all these funny stories emerging, no, from give this injection, drink this, have that. But do we realize insurance companies across the world were building databases very, very fast in terms of what's working, not working? Because the claims are coming. In some way, you see recovery is fantastic. Some protocol you see is not so fantastic. They have the data. If all the data gets connected in a big data lake in terms of, and you're able to infer out at a hyper speed as to what works for whom, you could have saved millions of lives. Now that to me is a good use of putting data together in a data lake, running a machine learning at a hyper speed, solving the world's problem. But the solution is from here. And then you go to the tech part of it, and then you put that together, and how do you bring that? To me, that's more exciting than just saying it's an insurtech. Tech is a tool, no?
Right. And you have spoken about data earlier also, and today also you were talking about it in a very informative manner. But one of my questions is that, big data, how do you think it will change the future of the insurance industry in India?
Yeah. So now if I see, let's say if I had to make something friction free, let's say it's a life, I'm not an expert on the life, but since I'm in a lot of bodies and I hear a lot of my friends from life industry talk about, so death registry, if they get access to that, then their view is that they can settle claims completely friction free, in the life also, because you get information, real time basis. Now if you plug those data together, I have an immediate solution for millions of people, and I take away fraud and I create friction free, as I mentioned to you earlier. Now let's say if a police is cutting challan on the road for a vehicle not having insurance. So what do we do today? We just cut a challan, that's it, no? Now the moment you cut a challan, that gets uploaded on a common platform, and you have distributors saying that, okay, now this person out here has a challan and requirement insurance, and they reach out and give him an insurance on the fly. Yeah, it solves an issue. So as I said, always figure out what are we solving, and then you put things together. You have amazing data bases in our country. I think India that way is very developed in terms of the technology and the database that we have it. Somebody has to think about the problem, the solution, talk to the right people, stitch it together, and make a huge impact. I think that is how it should be working out.
But, we are talking about a lot of positives, and it looks like a rosy picture. But what are the challenges that you think may come along in this journey?
You are talking to the wrong person in terms of I am an eternal optimist.
Yes, I know that, and still I'm asking you that.
And I have always this belief that if you have the passion and you have the drive, you will find the ways to solve it. So let me talk about some challenges which I face and what are my learnings over time in trying to solve issues. First is I initially used to feel, why are people not excited about it? To me, it looks so amazing, no? And I would go and talk to people and tell people, this is how we can solve this. And then I would see the reaction would be a bit less. So first challenge would be why people are not getting excited. Then the next challenge would be, okay, now I've got to the stage that people understand what we are talking about. Then why are they not putting things at a hyper speed? Then after some time I realized, that is coming together. So one of my biggest lessons I learned is to have patience, if you have a good thought, and then have a lot of conversations, and then put it together. Everybody would have a point of view, respect that. There would be apprehensions, just because you think it's a great idea, does not mean that it's working. And take that into picture and take it along. So the first challenge is the time. Uh, is an essence. It takes much more time than what you would expect. It looks so simple. Why should it happen not right now? But it'll take a couple of years for it to go. The second challenge that you would have all the requirement of regulations and the law in terms of the privacy, the act together. So you should not violate any of that. They have been put for a purpose. No? So respect that. Then how do you put that together? And what is the best thing that can come out of it? Then the third thing would be in terms of the cost involved to the returns which would be there. And the fourth would be the public perception. How does it gets together? It's a series of it. So I've gone through quite a bit of it every time, and my own learnings have been phenomenal. I think the first time I remember I used to feel, "Arey yaar, matlab, why are we not doing it?" To the stage where I understand that yes, we go to that. So there, you can call them challenges, or you can call them a process of learning and picking it together.
Thank you so much, Mr. Singhel, for this for doing this series with us. And to our viewers who are watching this episode, I would request you to watch all the episodes of Insure Smart, because that is something that will help you understand what is insurance, what are the different kinds of insurance policies available, and how beautiful they are, as Mr. Singhel puts it, and can protect you for your life. Thank you so much.
Thank you, Nidhi. It was such a pleasure, honor talking to you. Thank you very much.